for Arsenal Football Club. A much liked feature around, much liked character, I should say, around the club. For fans, players, staff alike. Whenever he speaks to anyone, he treats them with the utmost respect. And it has been truly heartwarming seeing all of the tributes coming into him this week from those players and from you, of course, the fans. You've been tweeting in your best wishes and your appreciation for the fine work that the Australian has done ever since joining us back in 2017. He's actually been speaking all week about how difficult a decision it's been for him to step away from his position as the Gunners' head coach, and also about how much pride he still has when seeing the club's crest underneath his email signature. But I guess one point that he reiterated quite a lot in those pre-match press conferences, the media briefings that he's been giving, is just how much pride he still has taking charge of this team, and despite that he still knows it is the right time to move on. And on May the 31st, he will be given the opportunity to rest, to recharge, and to spend some well-earned time with his family back in Australia. But before he heads back down under, there's time for one final ride here at Meadow Park. And in typical Joe Montemuro fashion, the Australian has named an unorthodox starting 11 for this afternoon's game against Crystal Palace. We'll bring up the team news for you here. And it seems to me as though fullbacks are the theme of the day, with four of them starting alongside each other along Arsenal's back line, ahead of Manu Zinsberger in goal today. Steph Catley is among those, popping up in an unfamiliar centre-back role to make her first start after recovering from a hamstring injury. In midfield, it's the trusted trio of Leah Velti, Danielle Evander-Donk and captain Kim Little. And then up top, you've got Jordan Nobbs and Beth Mead, tasked with providing through balls to another live wire forward in Caitlin Ford. And of course, you'll have noticed that the bench is full of big names too. Viviana Miedemar, Leah Williamson and Katie McCabe are among them. So here come the teams. Firstly, Crystal Palace in their traditional colours, and then Arsenal, you'll notice, are in their away kit this afternoon. The first Arsenal team at the club to wear the new Adidas away kit for the 21-22 season. Full yellow strip. It's Kim Little, as ever, the player, Arsenal's number 10, leading out her teammates here at Meadow Park.
Let's take a listen to the Arsenal starting 11. Goalkeeper Manu Zinsberger. 4, Anna Patton. Number 7, DVD, Daniela van der Donk. Number 8, Jordan Nobbs.
So the final game of the season then. Those eagle-eyed viewers among you will have noticed that it's still only the relatively early stages of this competition due to the coronavirus pandemic and the reshuffling of the fixture schedule. And of course, the Women's Euros taking place this summer. It does mean that the latter stages of this competition will take place when we resume next season. The quarter-final ties taking place at the end of September, semi-finals in October, and then the final will be played on Sunday, December the 5th at Wembley, the date when 100 years ago the FA banned women's football. The idea behind that being to have a major event celebrating the growth of the women's game on a date which represents the lowest ebb of women's football in this country. See from Arsenal now the traditional pre-match huddle, and just in the background there you can probably make out Joe Montemuro with his snood on. It's not the warmest of afternoons in North London. Has been a fair bit of rain as well. Here it comes. Such a likeable figure, as already alluded to. You won't see any negative press around him from any of the journalists, any of the fans who have been fortunate enough to be at any of these games. He even said in his open letter on the Arsenal website this week, sure, there will be people that disagree with his tactical decisions at times, and maybe there were people who thought it was the right time for him to move on, but he's enjoyed every second, and he said unequivocally that every decision that he's made has been with Arsenal's best interests at heart. Just hope that the Arsenal players that we see in front of us are able to give him the send-off that he deserves this afternoon. How apt that it is one of the players, a compatriot of his, who will look to get us underway today. Caitlin Ford is joined by Daniela van der Donk in the centre circle. So we just get the final checks. From today's match official, Louise Saunders. Both teams take a knee, reinforce the message that there is no room for racism. And we're underway. Nia Velti immediately out to the left-hand side, where Noella Maritz will pick up possession and switch to this right-hand side for Anna Patton. One of the 2 academy players brought back to the club by Joe Montemuro this season. Everyone, of course, being her good friend Lotte Wubben-Moy. You'd have seen the 2 of them chatting all about their Arsenal memories in the build-up to this game. They really are living the dream. And also the added benefit of being able to be part of a launch campaign. But for now, Arsenal are in trouble. The flag is up, though. Unfortunately, from an Arsenal perspective, it was Bianca Baptiste who was racing in behind. She's certainly one of the key players that Arsenal need to be looking out for. One of the leading scorers in the Women's Championship this season. It was a first effort there from Jordan Nobbs. Well within her range. Unfortunately, not able to get the direction on that shot on this occasion. Just a reminder that we are operating with a single camera today, so there will be no replays. All the more reason to pay attention and stop whatever else you're doing to join us for this taste of live football on Arsenal.com and the Arsenal app. Zinsberger out to Anna Patton. Able to carry the ball into the Palace half. Caitlin Ford had made the run over the top, but it might now drop for Mead. It's a nice 1-2 between Mead and Caitlin Ford as well. Well gathered in the end by Chloe Morgan. The Palace goalkeeper choosing to kick long. Arsenal have that one well under control. Leonie Meyer can lay it back to Anna Patton, who in turn goes to Zinsberger. Now Steph Catley, how good is it to see her back out on the pitch, doing what she loves, what she is so good at. Although on that occasion, not quite on the same wavelength as Maritz. It's a Crystal Palace throw-in on the far side. Quick interception by Velti. Free kick 1 on the halfway line by Van der Donk. Catley happy to just play that 1-2 with Velti. She can bring it forward herself. Velti absolutely recognised as one of Arsenal's most important players by Joe Montemuro ahead of this game. Certainly playing the most crucial role in his system for anyone who's been able to watch the talking tactics feature that we ran with Joe ahead of kickoff. Said that holding midfield position is essential to the way that he wants his team to play. Just able to keep things ticking over, drop into centre-back if required. There she is again, L.F.C. It's the left-hand side. Jordan Nobbs, who will tuck in from the left wing. Easily switching play. There's another delivery, this time in towards the box. Nobbs goes down. The referee has given a penalty. I don't know whether that was slightly overzealous defending, but Kim Little won't be complaining. She runs to collect the ball. And within 5 minutes, Arsenal handed a real opportunity to get off to a flying start in Joe Montemurro's final game as Arsenal manager. So Kim Little placing the ball on the spot. Up against Chloe Morgan. Of course, Little on target from this position, up against Everton, scoring the crucial goal that secured Champions League football for Arsenal. Another opportunity to do it now. Here is Little into the bottom corner, and Arsenal take the early lead in this FA Cup tie. Well, was there really any doubt when Little stepped up? So much composure from the spot, and when she's in those kinds of positions, a warm round of applause from the Arsenal bench as well for their captain, who stepped up and rose to the occasion on that instance there. So Arsenal, 1 goal to the good against Palace. So far, so good for Montemurro. Catley to Maritz. Arsenal keen to get themselves straight back on the front foot again. Here is Little, the goal scorer. Will go out and behind, and it is another opportunity for Arsenal to get bodies into the box. Little will walk over to join Beth Mead. There's a short option on here. Crystal Palace haven't really switched on to that danger. 2 hands up here from Beth Mead as she delivers in towards the near post, headed only as far as the edge of the area. L.F.C's happy to let that one run out of play. If you are just joining us, it's 1-0 here to Arsenal. Kim Little with the goal from the penalty spot after Jordan Nobbs was bundled over in the box. It's been all Arsenal, in truth. Nice one-touch football from the Gunners on the edge of the box. Chance for Meyer to put the ball in. Again, only partially cleared by the Eagles. Mead dictating play at the moment from the right-hand side. It's her ball into Jordan Nobbs, of course, that forced the mistake from the Palace defenders. A nice little touch from Caitlin Ford, looking for the overlapping Nobbs, but just a bit too heavy on that occasion. Arsenal still in possession, though. Little. Gunners keeping the ball so well, just making Palace do all the running at the moment. That's an incisive pass to find Van der Donk. Now here's Meyer on the overlap. They might go one more to Beth Mead. Dangerous delivery, and somehow that one stayed out. Mead has it again. Fionn Morgan can just about scramble that one clear. Patton. Now Ford looking to drop off a bit more as this game goes on. Try and get herself a bit more involved. L.F.C out to Catley. Wasting no time in pushing Arsenal forward in attack on the left-hand side. Good strength there on the left-hand side by Caitlin Ford. Really is becoming much more of a handful for defenders to deal with in England. Did take her a bit of time to settle when she did come over here. Of course, arriving in a very tricky time with the pandemic happening 2 months or so after. But she did actually score her first goal in this competition against Lewis back in January 2020. And ever since then, she's really established herself as one of the first names on Joe Montemuro's team sheet. Up to 13 goals in 31 appearances for the Gunners, Caitlin Ford. And it's not as if she's been playing purely as an out-and-out striker like she is this afternoon. She's been moved around to accommodate the other attacking threats that Arsenal boast. Likes of Viviana Miedemar, who is on the bench today, if you're just joining us. Arsenal's bench, coincidentally, Lydia Williams, Leah Williamson, Jill Roord, off the back of making her 50th appearance for the club. Viviana Miedemar, Lotte Wubben-Moy, Katie McCabe and Taya Goldie. Of course, should Jill Roord join the action, be a final glimpse of her in an Arsenal shirt as she prepares to leave for pastures new to join up with Wolfsburg at the end of this season. One-two between the Swiss internationals there, Maritz and Walti, but given away. Clever ball over the top. Bianca Baptiste was in again, spotted the flag had gone up, chose not to go for it on that occasion. That's twice now that Palace's leading goal scorer from last season has been able to find a bit of space behind the Arsenal back line, and if she starts timing these runs a bit better, she might be able to find some joy. There's a bit of a makeshift back four from Montemuro, an experimental one. There is more than enough experience within that back line to perhaps account for the lack of playing time as a unit. Loose from Meyer. Zinsberg is able to retrieve though, and here's Patton. Little able to sweep up and get Arsenal going again. Another switch of play, really nicely taken down by Beth Mead. Little. Belty into Van der Donk, couldn't quite bring it into her stride, but Arsenal will go again with Patton. Beth Mead, look at Leonie Meyer offering the overlap on every occasion. Full of running, the Germany international. Instead, Arsenal elect to go to the left-hand side. Give Steph Catley a few more touches of the ball. It's been a very difficult season for Steph Catley. Every time it's looked as though she's been close to making a comeback, she has unfortunately suffered setbacks, whether that's with a hamstring or slight little issues elsewhere. It's so good to see her back on the pitch again. It's just a shame it is the final game of the season. I'm sure that she'll be back to her best condition in time for next season. Here's Little. Out to this right-hand side. Beth Mead delivering into the box. Again, a dangerous ball. Ward couldn't quite adjust. Breaks now for Van der Donk, who's had a swing at it from the edge of the box. A decent effort, well pushed past by Chloe Morgan in goal. Excellent tracking by Van der Donk there as well to win possession back. Here she comes, Arsenal's number 7. Drifting in field now to create that space on the left-hand side for Maritz. Nobbs to Little. Scorer of Arsenal's first goal this afternoon. Meyer, a quick 1-2 off the Palace defender and is able to find Caitlin Ford in the channels. Again, Arsenal just making sure that there's nothing that Bianca Baptiste can lay claim to around the halfway line. Mead again, seeing plenty of the ball as this first half goes on. Now here's Bianca Baptiste. It's a solid challenge by Steph Catley. Really reassuring to see her snap into challenges like that and not feel any effect from it. Here's Velti pushing Arsenal forward now. 1-2 with Beth Mead. Velti's gone for it on her left foot. It's a decent attempt. You can't blame her for taking it on. In recent weeks, back for the majority of this season, we've seen that Leah Velti does not have a weaker foot. The passing stats are almost as good on her left foot as they are on her favoured right. Although with just the one goal in an Arsenal shirt, perhaps you would argue that maybe she shouldn't have taken that shot on. Still, good to see these players full of confidence, willing to try new things. Baptiste can perhaps get in behind Arsenal's back line and slips right at the key moment and allows Arsenal to recover in time. Nobbs just happy to slow the tempo down a bit, wait for Arsenal to regain their shape. Patton scored one of the goals last time out against Gillingham. And Arsenal managed to hit double figures against the third-tier side. Anna Patton scoring for the first time for the senior side. Started an attack here which might end with Beth Mead. And it's off the crossbar from an Arsenal player. We did wonder whether Beth Mead could have perhaps taken that shot on herself. Instead, pulling it back rather unselfishly. Not sure who had the final touch from an Arsenal shirt, but Chloe Morgan had to react really well to tip that one onto her crossbar. A decent save from the Eagles goalkeeper. So Beth Mead to deliver again from the right-hand side. Again, it's not the most convincing of clearances from Crystal Palace, and just as before, Leonie Meyer is able to retrieve possession and Arsenal can build from the back again. Little here, dropping deep just inside their own half to pick up the ball. Beth Mead causing all sorts of problems on this right-hand side. At the moment, Palace's defenders don't really know whether she's staying or going, whether she's going to come short or whether she's going to make a run into the channel. You can see from Kim Little peeling off to this right-hand side. She can see that that's where the damage can be done as well. Now, though, plenty of possession on the left for Arsenal. Maritz with the throw-in. Balti there, just a bit of a shimmy from her that we're used to seeing. Snake Hips is her nickname. Arsenal played into the box here, and here's Caitlin Ford with an opportunity to make it 2. It's a good stop by Morgan. And hooked clear, only as far as Balti again. It's an excellent sliding challenge from Steph Catley again. Well, Bianca Baptiste looked to be running clean through into the Arsenal half. Steph Catley, flying sliding challenge, won the ball fairly and in perfect time as well. And that Palace attack coming immediately after a really good opportunity for Caitlin Ford to double the score. It's an excellent through ball, actually, that released her in the box. Chloe Morgan managed to narrow the angle, get a vital leg on the shot, ensure that Palace remain in touching distance with the Gunners. It is a real concern, though, for Bianca Baptiste. As we mentioned, she was the leading goal scorer with 8 goals. She came 4th in the race for the Golden Boot in the FA Women's Championship. That race was won by Kate Wilkinson, who scored 19 in a sensational individual campaign for Sheffield United. I think from the reaction there of the physio who's come on, looks like Baptiste will be able to continue. Maximum of 9 substitutes can be named in the Women's FA Cup. 5 of them can be used. It doesn't look as though Palace are going to be calling on their bench just yet, as Baptiste just gets her breath back and is able to rejoin the action. Which will resume with a throw-in on this left-hand side after Arsenal put the ball out of play. So Siobhan Wilson will give it back to Leonie Meyer. And here we go once more. How high up Zinsberger is. Just goes to show you the direction of the game and just how it's been played out so far. Van der Donk swinging in a deep delivery. Palace will have to get that clearance right. They did just enough to take it away from Jordan Nobbs. Maritz can cross this time from the left-hand side. It's flicked on at the near post, and it's the second goal for Arsenal. And just as she did in the previous round, Daniela Van der Donk rises highest to head home. But that one will not count. Offside flag has gone up against her. Palace will get us back underway. Tell you what, though, she's so good in the air for someone who is so small compared to the other players on this pitch. Van der Donk really can jump. Also very accurate with her headers as well. So it's 2 diagonal balls into the box that have caused Palace the greatest concern so far. First one, of course, forcing the penalty, which Kim Little converted from, and then that one just then, with Van der Donk having her header ruled out for offside. Good strength from Beth Mead on this near side, winning a corner kick for her team. For the 3rd or 4th time this afternoon, it is Beth Mead who takes it. I'm not quite sure Kim Little was expecting that one into her feet quite as quickly as she received it then. And keep her shot down and on target. But again, it's another example of the ingenuity from these set-piece routines. Arsenal as a club have been trying plenty of new things actually this season. It's not just the women's team, the men's team as well. We've seen a few clever set pieces from the under-18s and the under-23s as well, when we've been able to bring them to you live on Arsenal.com and the Arsenal app. And of course, for additional academy coverage, we do often stream their games over on Twitch as well. Be sure to get involved in that next season. Hoping to bring you much more live football from all around the club. Another long ball aimed towards Caitlin Ford, who was strong in the air. Unable to find Jordan Nobbs on the left-hand side. That's a brilliant pass by Leah Walty, relieving all pressure on her side. It's another diagonal ball in towards the box. Chloe Morgan has a decision to make. Didn't go her way, and somehow Palace have been able to block that one. It looked destined for the net from Jordan Nobbs' boot. Can Arsenal strike while that Palace back line looks to be in a bit of disarray? Here's Patton. Saying actually the Eagles have recovered well. 2 banks of 4 right behind the ball now. Might have been able to make out on the feed there. Beth Mead just shouting at her teammates, it needs to be quick. When we pull them out of position, it needs to be quick. You can see when there was a bit of panic that set in amongst the Palace defenders then, spaces did begin to open up. Mead perhaps expressing a bit of frustration that the ball wasn't delivered to her a bit quicker. She was open on this right-hand side. Wasn't spotted by a teammate, and then Palace were able to regroup. It's been a very organised defensive showing from the visitors so far. Been a mixed campaign for them though, Crystal Palace. They finished 7th out of 11 in the league. 9 points clear of London Bees, who were relegated to the 3rd tier. Of course, within that league, Leicester City, they won it comfortably. Will be in the WSL next season. It's a well-deserved spot that they'll be taking up as well, especially given the result that they had this afternoon, knocking Manchester United out of the FA Cup with 2 goals in as many minutes. A very dramatic encounter between the two sides. We're excited to see what they can offer up in the Women's Super League next season. Meyer always looking into the channel. It's Caitlin Ford who's providing the option this time. Trickery from her. And Arsenal will win the corner. Now an opportunity here for Beth Mead once again. Will it be a straight-up delivery, or will it be some well-worked play on this near side? 2 arms go up, Van der Donk's gone short. Beth Mead goes long towards the box, a few bodies in there. Palace defending in numbers once more. Leon Morgan on this near side, can't bring it into her stride, so Arsenal get to go again. Has been all Arsenal in this game. The ball almost sticking to those yellow kits like a magnet at the moment. Hatton to Beth Mead, this time ducking inside before delivering. You could see what she was going for. Caitlin Ford timing her run from deep. Just not enough whip on it from Beth Mead. Palace able to clear through Chloe Morgan. An interesting backstory. Chloe Morgan started her career at Leyton Orient. She had a season with us for our development team in 2014-15, where she won the WSL Development Cup. And then spent 5 years with Spurs before joining Palace last year. Away from football, she's actually a solicitor who specialises in child injuries. Another opportunity there for Arsenal. Beth Mead, the architect, once more. Going short this time. Here's Catley onto her favoured left foot. Nobody's home for Arsenal. So half an hour gone here at Meadow Park. Arsenal very comfortable in possession, dominant on the ball as well. So far, just the one goal to show for it. And it did come from the penalty spot after Jordan Nobbs was bundled over in the box. Kim Little was able to step up and smash into the bottom corner, as we've seen her do on so many occasions in an Arsenal shirt. Should add, actually, that that's Kim Little's 144th goal for the Gunners. Truly incredible tally. It's only rivalled by Viviana Miedema, who's sat on 93 in the current ranks. Right, here's Daniela van der Donk cutting it back in towards the players arriving. One of them's Jordan Nobbs, forcing a decent stop out of Chloe Morgan. Jordan Nobbs, the highest appearance maker in this current Arsenal team. 2 more appearances than Kim Little. Actually, 227th in an Arsenal shirt, Jordan Nobbs. She's been a really, really huge player for Arsenal, especially in recent years as well, chipping in with some vital goals in big occasions. Speaking of vital goals, Beth Mead trying to get a crucial second here. Just driving that one inches wide of the far post. Good to see her growing into the game, though, as the minutes tick by. L.F.C headed up into the air. Palace did have numbers around the ball there, and you can see immediately the plan is to get Bianca Baptiste in behind Arsenal's back line. But again, they timed that well. The Palace striker is judged to be offside. Just a quick look at social media tells you just how much appreciation there has been for this player here, Steph Catley, with her last-minute interventions. Certainly seen the best of the Australians' defensive side of her game today. And hopefully next season, once she is back to full fitness and full match sharpness, we'll be able to see the best of Catley going forward as well, because that left foot on the left-hand side of Arsenal's attack is such a useful weapon to have. There it is there, picking out Kim Little, unable to bring it down under her control. And once more, Palace look for the direct ball over the top. It's well read by Arsenal's back line. Anna Patton on that occasion. Kept in by Maritz. This time Arsenal go more direct. Patton, it was picking out Kim Little. Made a forward run of her own. Combining with Jordan Nobbs. You can see Marriott's hugging the touchline on the far side if Arsenal can pick her out. Instead, they're playing in tight spaces here before releasing Leonie Meyer in the box. But Chloe Morgan, again, reading the danger very well. Been impressed with the Crystal Palace goalkeeper. Very alert, very fast to come off her line. I think for now, we'll just be happy to take a bit of the sting out of the Arsenal attack. I think Anna Patton will deal with those balls all day long. Very comfortable retrieving it under no pressure. And now Arsenal back on the front foot, although Beth Mead getting in the way of Daniela van der Donk's cross. And van der Donk tried to thread the needle through to Leonie Meyer. She wasn't quite on her toes or able to react to that one quickly enough. Another drop kick aimed downfield. Beth Mead underneath it this time. Wins the free kick, wastes no time getting Arsenal forward. Now van der Donk, again, another early delivery in towards Caitlin Ford, who did so well to adjust her body to get something on that. Now Jordan Nobbs, who might fancy a strike from that sort of range, onto her trusty right foot. Unfortunately blocked by many a Palace player on its way through to goal. Jordan Nobbs, we should add, scores on big occasions. 2013 FA Cup final, the 2015 Continental Cup final, she got 2. Also netted in the 2016 FA Cup penalty shootout against Birmingham. And she's actually won every single trophy that there is to win at club level, other than the Champions League. It's the only one that eludes her. Just like at domestic level, the FA Cup is the only trophy to elude Joe Montemurro. Unfortunately, he won't be able to see his side all the way through to Wembley. We'll be able to give them a base to work from with another win today. L.F.C again delivering with her left foot. It's well blocked in the end by Hannah Churchill. Still, Walsey comes forward on the left-hand side. Did really well to hold on to the ball for Arsenal. Now Meyer. Nobbs again drifting in field, switching from left to right. These free rolls that Joe Montemurro appears to have given her and Beth Mead. Find that point quite notable when watching back all of the thank you messages that the players have given to Montemurro. You would have seen on social media this week. Almost every single one of them said, "Thank you so much for giving me so much freedom to play my own football." There are a couple of notable ones in there as well, such as Daniela van der Donk for saying thank you for restoring my love in the game, or words to such extent. Here she is now, van der Donk, looking to catch Morgan off her line. Palace get back really well, and now van der Donk, with a couple of players for company, is forced to go all the way back. Nobbs, Felty. Now Patton. Caitlin Ford popping up on the right wing this time. Given away, though, by Arsenal. And now look at Siobhan Wilson. Good recovering run, though. And again, Leah Felty. Well, she covers so much ground. Really is the sort of player who you don't really notice, and until your attention is on her, you really realise just how valuable she is within this side. Saw her a moment ago breaking down the left-hand side to keep Arsenal going in their attack. And then there, making a lung-busting run back in time to make the interception. What a player Arsenal's number 13 is. Palace this time making the ball stick to Bianca Baptiste. Trying to get numbers forward to support. Fionn Morgan was out on this side. But now with the players out of position, Daniela van der Donk has a bit of a clear route through to the penalty area. Well, that being said, Elizabeth Wolde was across very quickly, but unable to prevent a corner. Beth Mead goes short to van der Donk. Nice footwork from the Netherlands international. She's been pulled down there. Surely that's a penalty. Well, I'm not too sure what the referee this afternoon, Louise Saunders, has seen there. She's penalised Daniela van der Donk for going down perhaps too easily. I'm not sure. From my position, it looked as though Palace defender had plenty of van der Donk's shirt. So just the one penalty for Arsenal so far this afternoon, dispatched by Kim Little inside the opening 5 minutes. We also mentioned that prior to kick-off today, Kim Little was also on duty to present Joe Montemurro with a shirt, his very own Arsenal shirt, saying Montemurro 17-21 on the back to mark the 3.5 years that he has been at the club for. He will be given a special presentation after the match as well, which unfortunately we won't be able to bring you live, as I think it's due to take place an hour or so after full time. But we are hoping to be able to bring you a live interview with the man himself once this game has been concluded. We'll have more on that a bit later. As for now, Arsenal still need to secure their place in the quarter-final, and Palace have been very well organised at the back. Although they've let Beth Mead run through on goal here, and Beth Mead is able to just find the bottom corner and give Arsenal the 2-goal cushion that they so desperately wanted and so richly deserved for their dominance. Well, I guess it's the commentator's curse from a Crystal Palace point of view. Just mentioning how well organised they've been, how well drilled defensively they've been as well. Dean Davenport, the head coach, has clearly spent plenty of time with them on the training ground, making sure that they're shifting from right to left as Arsenal move the ball. But on that occasion, they got sucked in, and it allowed Beth Mead all the time in the world to pick her spot, score a second goal for Arsenal. What's nice at these games with no fans, and of course we do hope that you're able to join us back at Meadow Park as soon as possible, or as soon as the restrictions allow. But what's nice being able to see it behind closed doors is that you can hear the encouragement and the tactical advice that each player is giving one another. Heard it a second ago there. Anna Patten, still relatively young, getting plenty of words of encouragement from Daniela van der Donk. Here she is, Arsenal's Dutch magician. Out to Jordan Nobbs. Really nice bit of play from Kim Little to take it away from 2 defenders. And here she is again on the edge of the box. It's Kim Little. Look at that. She's pulling away from the defenders and unable to be converted at that far post. Caitlin Ford it was who was challenging for the header. Maritz will retrieve the ball. Belty's there as ever to offer her support. Arsenal will work it from left to right and try their luck again on this side. So something that the People who are paying a lot of attention back home will have noticed Lisa Evans is actually on duty on the PA today. So listen out for those goal shouts as and when they come through. And perhaps even when we find out how many additional minutes are to be played. Here's Caitlin Ford trying her luck with her left foot. You can see her angling her body, trying to aim for that far top corner. Couldn't quite pull it round in time. Yeah, Lisa Evans very much testing out a new career for herself this afternoon on the PA system. Of course, she's still rehabilitating from the Achilles injury that she suffered a couple of months back. Of course, if you are looking for brilliant content, she's been doing a great job keeping us updated on her progress over on We Play Strong. Of course, it's through that we've been able to work out that Anna Patton has become verified on social media. So, of course, the important story of the day is there. Anna has her blue tick. Meanwhile, 2 minutes added on here at Meadow Park. And the ball lofted over the top in towards Van der Donk's path. But again, Chloe Morgan, so quick off her line. Plenty of experience. Reading the game very well. Again, Anna Patton challenging there. I'm really impressed with what we've seen from Patton ever since she re-signed for the club. Get the impression from an Arsenal perspective, players like Anna Patton, like Lotte Wubben-Moy, who've come through their academy and are able to perform at such a high level already. The club do want to hold on to as much as possible. But obviously, when you get the option of going to America, getting that extra experience and the education out there, you're going to take it. And it's her through ball, which has released Kim Little, who crosses into the far post. And Daniela van der Donk does get a goal. And she made it count with a thumping finish right into the top corner. Well, Kim Little, the architect. We'll just go back to that through ball as well from Anna Patton. Spotting her captain, racing into the channels, and just off screen, Arsenal's defenders all celebrating with Patton for being able to pick that pass from deep. Van der Donk able to get her 45th goal in Arsenal colours, right on the stroke of half-time, to make it Arsenal 3, Crystal Palace 0. That is half-time here at Meadow Park, and the players will go back in for their half-time team talks. For Joe Montemuro, I guess his is simple. Much more of the same after that first half. Arsenal getting off to a flying start. Kim Little scoring from the penalty spot after just 5 minutes when Jordan Nobbs was pulled down inside the box. Arsenal were made to wait, though, by Crystal Palace's resolute defending until the 42nd minute when Beth Mead was able to get her name on the score sheet. And then just a few seconds ago, we saw Daniela van der Donk make it 3-0. A splendid finish right out the top drawer and into the top corner. We'll be back for plenty more action in the second half as we witness the final 45 minutes of Joe Montemuro's tenure as Arsenal boss. But he'll be a happy man here as it goes into half-time. Arsenal 3, Crystal Palace 0, and we'll be back after this.